and Thompson in control on the right-hand side of your picture, but maybe not winning as emphatically or as conclusively as he would hope. Only one round to go after this, and it's starting to have the look of a fight which is going to go the distance.
Well, that won't do Cole Thompson any harm, really. You know, he can do with getting the rounds under his belt, you know, a nice brisk workout, which is what he needs. It would be nice to see just a little bit more sort of variety from him now at this stage. He's gone head hunting quite a lot. Maybe just try and work Bonson's body a little bit.
It's a better jab from Thompson. Sometimes easier said than done, of course, against a shorter man. He's had problems with that as well. A lot of the time, Carl's been having to punch down here. Paul Bonson is happy to crouch low and to really give him the minimum of target.
Yeah, he's doing that, certainly, but as Bonson just crouches in and leans in, that's where the right or the left uppercut should come into play, and followed over the top with Cole Thompson's own right hand. I'm sure he'd have a lot more success that way. But Bonson's making it very difficult for him. You know, every time he gets in close, he'll hold or smother and just try and get through the rounds.
Neat combination, that one from Thompson. The old left-hand right cross. Bonson, though, just takes them, just blinks and carries on. He's on into more or less survival mode now, I think, Paul Bonson. I think his trophy for the night would be seeing his way through to the final bell.
Absolutely. Oh, good right hand landed there from Thompson. Now Bonson's hurt. That caught him flush.
Come on, man, keep it going.
Bonson looking just a little bit unsteady on his legs.
Well, and the longer the fight goes, the more disinterested he looks. Perhaps if this had been over a longer period of time, I'm sure Thompson would have got the result. He's getting home now with the right hand. That hurt again.
Yeah, suddenly this is starting to look a little bit more one-sided. Carl Thompson is finding the range. The jab is finding its way home, thudding repetitively into the face of Bonson. And you can hear, perhaps in the background, anxious words from the corner of Bonson saying, come on, get it together, get moving, keep moving.
Oh, he can keep moving, but he's just getting tracked down now. This fight's taken a different pattern to it, whereby Cole Thompson is landing more punches, particularly to the head. The right hand's crashing home quite regularly.
Well, maybe this has done Carl Thompson more good than if he just bombed out Paul Bonson quickly. 5 of 6 completed, and it's turning out to be a good workout for the big man.
Well, I think this would have done him more good than harm. You know, it's always important when you've been out of the ring for a long period of time, when you're making a comeback, to get the rounds under your belt. Because, like I said, if he's going to go on to have world title aspirations, you know, the world champions aren't going to fall over for him and hand him the championship on a plate. He's going to have to work for the victory.
Just blasted out Hastings Rassani in his last fight, and that really didn't prove anything at all. He looked ring rusty when he came back, as I said earlier, in his comeback to the ring, and maybe we've on occasions here seen flashes of the old Thompson.
Well, he's not even breathing heavy, and he knows he's going into the last round now, so I would expect, you know, a real bit of urgency from Cole, particularly with his entire work rate now. You know, I expect to see jabs, right hands, uppercuts. I expect to see his full arsenal of combinations.
Bonson, meantime, will want to go out on his shield. He'll want to see it through this final 3 minutes. Fellas who have gloves will travel. They like to see it through, don't they? They like to go the distance.
Well, full credit to Bonson. You know, he's been in with a former world champion, and you know, he's gone the distance with him, so that's good on his CV.
And fair's fair. He's had the odd occasion when he's had his moments of success. The second round was a close one. Maybe did enough to get a share of it, and he has actually tagged Thompson a couple of times.
Yeah, he certainly has. I think he's made the fight interesting. If nothing else, he's kept on the move, and he's kept flicking punches out and trying, you know, occasional hooks, but obviously he's not winning the fight.
Break, step back. Straight away, 1 step back. One step back straight away. What's that shoulder?
As I said earlier, though, fights like this, routine fights like this are quite hard because mentally you've got to get yourself up, and sometimes it's almost impossible, and you just end up going through the motions, and then, you know, that gives the other guy, that brings him back to life, and then he gets a bit adventurous, starts throwing punches, and before you know it, you've almost dropped your level, and you can't quite raise your game.
Step back straight away. Come on. What's on? Keep moving, Paul.
Carl Thompson now just has 90 seconds left in which to find maybe the eye-catching punch which he would very much have hoped for, but which has been so far not there to be found.
Come on, Paul. Keep going.
And Bonson once again being urged on by his corner, and the former rugby league player looks as though he's now going to see it through to the final bell, and Carl Thompson is just going to have to look back at this fight and think, well, 6 rounds, 6 competitive rounds, and move it on from there.
Absolutely. For Bonson's part, he's done well. He survived, and now he knows he's only got 1 minute to go. He won't want to be stopped at this late stage of the game. Doesn't really deserve to, you know. For Bonson, this has been his bowl title fight. He's got a former champion in front of him, so, you know, he'll be proud to know that he's done the distance with a former champion. For Carl's part, okay, with every fight he has like this, he's shaking off a bit of the rust, but time's not on his side.
Well, for every champion in this game, there has to be a guy to fight him, and without the Paul Bonsons of this world, the people who've had countless fights, he's in his 91st here tonight, without people like this strong fella who used to play rugby league for Featherstone, without him and the likes of him, professional boxing just wouldn't be there.
Absolutely, yeah. We need, you know, more guys like Bonson. It's a shame that obviously tonight he hasn't won this one, but, you know, every dog has his day.
Well, Carl Thompson now in the home stretch, and now he will surely have his glove raised, and indeed he does, and that's another win for Carl Thompson. 31st victory of his 37-fight professional career, and Thompson moves on, who knows where, 39 years old, but he still looks in good nick, and once again he has emerged a winner. Whether or not he's going to be satisfied with that, I don't know, but I don't think he should be too hard on himself, because Paul Bonson is a tough, rugged character who really stayed with him right to the end.
Well, Bonson made it very, very difficult for him, but you see right hands like that he took, he was just getting a little bit closer to Bonson. An uppercut there from Thompson. Needed a few more of those. He needed a bit more variety to his work tonight.
Carl, another 6 rounds under your belt. What did you make of your own performance?
Performance, well, I did what I had to do. At the end of the day, we won. Paul, you know, as brilliant as he good, he comes to survive, and he thrives on how he performed, meaning lasting the rounds, you know what I mean? I got to give him full credit, he did very well, but like I said, I went there, I went intense rush. When they hold me, I just relaxed and just let him run himself out. I mean, at this pace, I could have gone a 12 round, I couldn't even go more than a 12 round. So I'm quite pleased with the performance.
Do you think the Carl Thompson of old would have stopped Paul Bonson tonight?
You know what, I'm not going to answer that. I think that's a bit of an insult, that really, so I'm not going to answer that.
No, but you're back to try and get back to where you were.
A bit old. I mean, don't say that, because it's waste, you know, it's a waste of time. What I'm trying to say, I'm not out there to take Paul Bonson out. If it comes, it comes. If it don't, it don't. That's the lesson I have to learn, to control and wait for the opening. Opening didn't come too well. He was too wary of the shots, and he won't come. So what can you do? Just let him do his own thing and do my own thing.
When you talk about control, you did look to be rushing in at times. Was that because you were so keen to impress?
No, because I had too much energy. I got too much energy. I go in the corner sitting there. Man, I don't need a drink. I got too much energy. I just felt like I wasn't doing anything. You know what I mean? I'm trying to control at the same time, not rushing in. I'm trying to use the jab and set things up behind the jab. And, you know, a bit anticipation got in a bit, you know what I mean? But I went back to the corner. Listen, don't rush, take your time, don't worry about it. I mean, we're just on a job. If I did lost, he would say, well, Carl, well, that's your age, isn't it, showing now, mate? You know what I mean? Okay.
So where do you go from here? I mean, how far away do you feel you are from title condition?
I'm definitely, not being big-headed about it, I'd definitely be British champion. And the day when you see Mark Hobson, is it, perform against my man there, that I was British champion then. I would have took them guy out, and I'm not just saying that. And then you would see an urgency about Carl Thompson, what his punches and how lethal his it can be. Give me a challenge, and there's the challenge. I know I would have been British champion and believe I could be European champion. I don't do this for fun. I walk away if it's for fun. You know what I mean?
Thanks for your time.
So, Carl Thompson in fairly combative mood, but satisfied with another win on the comeback trail. That just about wraps things up from here in Sheffield. After 12 high-quality rounds, the IBF light heavyweight title remains vacant as Clinton Woods and Glengoff Johnson fought to a 12-round draw. Remember, Roy Jones is in action on the BBC late Sunday night, and as well as that, there's lots more boxing coming your way right here on BBC Television. Good night.
Rolling news through the night now on BBC One Scotland, BBC News 24.